November 7, Bravo, Alpha Mike, Cheyenne. Listening.
Doing good, Brian. ARES 7 p.m.
AI 7 p.m. Oh, Bill, how you doing tonight?
Muy bueno. They're about to start a net here in about 40 seconds. ARES 7 p.m.
We'll stand by. N7 p.m.
This is Kilo Echo Zero Sierra Oscar Romeo, Net Control Operator for the Amateur Radio Emergency Service, Region 3, District 2 Net. The mission of the Amateur Radio Emergency Service is to provide reliable and alternate communications to our served agencies in times of emergency, disaster, or national crisis. Our district serves agencies in Larimer and Weld counties. My name is Mike, and I am located in Wellington, Colorado. This net meets every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. local time for the purpose of planning, practicing, and discussing the activities of the ARES Region 3 District 2 group. This is a directed net, and all traffic will go through net control. Before we get started, is there any emergency traffic for the net? If any emergency should arise, say break, and we will handle the emergency with top priority. Is there any formal NTS traffic? Hearing nothing, this net is open to anyone licensed to operate on this repeater and interested in amateur radio public service communications. This net is affiliated with the Amateur Radio Emergency Service of the American Radio Relay League. However, ARES or ARRL membership is not required to check in. This is Kilo Echo Zero, net control for the ARES R3D2 net.
K0, CBT, Kilo Echo Zero, Charlie Bravo Tango.
Okay, this net will accept check-ins in order of ARES affiliation. All stations will have an opportunity to check in. However, please wait for your appropriate check-in group. Please remember to check out if you need to leave prior to the closing of this net. When checking in, please give the following. Your call sign, first alphabetically, then again with international phonetics. Your name, your location, whether you have announcements or comments for the net. I would ask that you please speak slowly and enunciate. I will now take check-ins from R3D2 served agency directors. Served agency directors only. Check in now.
KD0, UJK, Kilo Delta Zero, Uniform Juliet Kilo, Stephen Nunn, Weld County, Weld EOC Director and District Agency. No traffic.
This is KD0TYU, Kilo Delta Zero, Tango Yankee Uniform, Joe and Loveland, Larimer and Weld County EOC, and I do have an announcement.
Good evening.
Kilo Zero, Juliet, Echo, Foxtrot, Jeff, Fort Collins, Director, PFA, and Fort Collins.
This is KC0ZIE, Kilo Charlie Zero, Zulu India Echo. Darren, Director for Hospitals. Says control recognizes KD0TYU, KE0UJK, KC0ZIE, and KD0JEF.
KD0MRY, Kilo Delta Zero, Mike Romeo Yankee, Neil, Greeley EOC.
Says KE0LCK, Kilo Echo Zero, Lima, Charlie Kilo, the other Mike from Windsor, Director Windsor.
Neil, can you come back with your calls on again, please? Sorry, my pen ran out of ink. I just changed.
No problem. KD0MRY, Kilo Delta Zero, Mike Romeo Yankee.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to recognize KE0LCK, KD0MRY. Is there any other served agency directors? Check in now, please. We're done. I will now take check-ins from ARES members. ARES members only with call suffixes Alpha through Mike. Check in now, please.
This is W9INE, Whiskey Niner India, November Echo, Larry, Estes Park.
Is Kilo Alpha 6, Echo Tango Echo, KA6, ETE, Jim in Loveland.
Calling station. All I got on that was static. Come again, please. Any further Alpha through Mike? Check in now, please.
KE0 LSL, Kilo Echo Zero, Lima, Sierra Lima, Al in Greeley, no traffic.
Okay, I'll stop there. I'd like to recognize W9INE, KA6ETE, KE0LSL. Is there any further Alpha through Mike? Hearing none, let's have Alpha through Zulu, please. Check in now.
This is W0RMP, Whiskey Zero, Romeo, Mike, Papa, Bob, Estes Park. No messages. Please check me in and out. Good evening.
W0RMP, I have you checked in and I checked you out. Thank you. Any further Alpha through Zulu, please, come now.
KE0OC, Kilo Echo 0, Oscar Charlie, Tom, Fort Lupton.
Alpha India 7, Papa Mike Phil Servlarimer, AI 7 p.m. Is
Sorry, last caller, all I got was static. Someone have a relay? Okay, I got W0.
November 5, Golf Romeo Yankee.
KE0.
November 5, GRY, Steve, Johnstown, no announcements.
I'm sorry, Steve, come back. I stepped on you there. Double.
November 5, Golf Romeo Yankee and 5 GRY.
Thank you. I got November 5, Golf Romeo Yankee, Steve. Thank you. Any more Alpha through Zulu, please? Check in now.
Good evening, Mike. N0YLS, November 0, Yankee Lima Sierra, Mike in Livermore, no traffic.
Net control copies N0YLS, Mike in Livermore, thank you. Any further Alpha through Zulu, please?
This is Kilo Echo 7, Romeo Golf. KE7RG, Rob in Estes Park, no traffic.
Control copies KE07RG, is that correct?
Kilo Echo 7, Romeo Golf.
Roger. Correction, Kilo Echo 7, Romeo Golf. Rob Estes, thank you. Any further Alpha through Zulu?
November 7, Bravo Alpha Mike, Brian in Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Net control copies N7, RAM, Brian, Cheyenne. Any further Alpha through Zulu?
Correction on the call. November 7, Bravo Alpha Mike. November 7, Bravo Alpha Mike.
Roger that, that's what I had. Rented as an R, my apologies, Brian. Okay, any further Alpha through Zulu? Okay, hearing none, this is Kilo Echo 0 net control for the ARES R3D2 Net. I will now go on to announcements or comments, and I believe, Joe, you had an announcement. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I do. Thank you so much for taking the net. As all of us know, we're kind of in a let's stay home and worry about this stuff later. We have a stay-at-home order issued by both the county and the state. But what we're thinking about doing is we're going to do a little bit of web Xing with some of the meetings we've got. Darren has looked into this thing, and we did a class last night that worked really well. I'm going to let this drop. And so with that being said, I'm wondering if a director's meeting wouldn't be a good place for this also. Further news on this, we were going to use Zoom, if you're familiar with that. because that seems like that's the simplest one for us to use. If there's any questions or anything like that, please address them to me, and I'll see if I can get you the best answer. But right now, we're thinking about it. We haven't got any plans or this and that, but we're just looking at this for April because we do believe that we'll be shut down through April. Does anybody have any questions or comments about that? Please come back. If not, well, back to Net. Thank you very much.
Yeah, this is Kilo Echo Zero Sierra Oscar Romeo Net Control. Yeah, actually, Joe, I did. This morning, I was on a net that I'm involved in up on Vancouver Island in Canada. And my brother lives there, but they're doing that. They're having using Zoom, and they're having all of their meetings and so forth using Zoom, and it seems to be working fine for them. They had, seems like the stay-at-home thing, they had 70 check-ins this morning.
Wow, yeah, I heard that on Ham Nation last night, and I thought, I had this idea before you guys did, so don't brag it up. But anyway, actually, Darren had the idea before all of us did, so, yeah, I think it's going to work, and I think we get the information out, and I think it keeps us moving along.
Yep, I just thought I'd share that with you. And we don't want to let those Canucks get in front of us here. I believe we will go to our weekly ARES R3D2 training, and I believe it's KD0MRY. Neil, is that correct?
I didn't know about it, honestly, there, Net Control.
Okay, well, this is the first time I actually looked it up on the our ARES website, and it actually has everybody's slot and the times and so forth and to date. So I have to plead ignorance as well because I haven't been looking at that. So does anyone, Joe or anybody, have anything they'd like to add in place of training?
KD0TYU.
Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody heard this today, but I thought this was rather interesting. On Ham Nation again, I do my walk and I listen to this, so I've got half of it done from yesterday. Gordon West was on, and he was talking about he's really heavy into ARES and things like that. And he was kind of wondering why they hadn't been called out for this and that. So he actually called somebody, I think he's in California, if I remember right. He actually called somebody, says, well, why don't you call us out? And they said, well, it's for your own safety. I'll let this drop for a minute. And I'm getting the same feeling from Larimer and Well County, too, that maybe they can use you, maybe not, but is the risk over what we could actually see from this. So don't feel bad if they don't call you out and things like that, because they're looking out for your safety, too. And right now it's kind of a bad time. I mean, if you take a look, we've had more cases than anybody in the world right now. We beat them all just lately, which is not a good thing. But just remember, keep yourself safe, because we all need to be back here tomorrow. So with that, thank you very much. It's KD0TYU, back to you.
This is Kilo Echo Zero Sierra Oscar Romeo. Yeah, I have a comment as well. I happened to, and I can't remember, I guess I was on the internet, but I happened to see that the Larimer EOC, they're actually have got their thing going right now, and I guess they're there every day, so that's interesting. Another side thought is my mom lives in Santa Clara County, which is one of the counties in the Bay Area, right across the street from Stanford. And today they're 60% down on their cases. So it seems to be this stay-at-home business seems to be working there. So that's some encouraging news.
KA6ETE.
Go ahead.
I just want to add a quick comment to that to go off of what Joe was saying and other people about the EOCs. Majority of the EOCs around the state are activated. They are not using outside resources for anything. I'm good friends with he's the EC out in Sterling. He's also the forensic epidemiologist for the Northeastern Colorado Health Department. Their staff at their EOCs out there normally have 25 people in their EOC. Right now they are running with 6 people in their EOC daily that are spread out in different rooms of the building just to kind of keep everyone away from each other. They're also taking everyone's temperature every hour, so they're all pretty much staying away from anyone that is outside of normal workforce inside the buildings. And this is KA6ETE back to net control.
I think everybody is aware how serious this is, and when a world-class swimmer gets it and said it's the worst thing he's ever had, and his lung capacity is now reduced, you have to know that this is a serious thing. So, anyway, thank you. Thanks for the comments. Does anybody else have any further comments announcements?
KD0 UJK.
Go ahead, Steve.
From the EOCs around the area and the state and everything else, I've talked to the OEM manager for Wells County, and what they're doing is the only people that are really active in the EOCs are people for like plans and logistics, and they're there to support, the health department and hospitals and stuff like that with supplies and things. So that's what you're seeing that's being activated in the EOCs.
Well, that makes sense. The EOC, the picture that I saw was the room up there in the Larmer County Sheriff's Office. Generally, they're in one room. Because of safety reasons, they had that sliding partition open, and they were spread out through that whole large area. So, and there weren't that many. It was the head health guy and probably 2 or 3 others, and what you're saying is probably true. Probably logistics and so forth. Anyway, any further comments?
7RG.
Go ahead.
I can't copy your call sign.
My call sign, KE0SOR, Kilo Echo 0, Sierra Oscar Romeo.
Roger, thank you. 73.
I think we'll move on if nobody else has any more comments. Before closing, are there any additional stations who would like to check in to the ARES R3D2 Net? If so, please call now.
This is Kilo Foxtrot 4 Delta Uniform Sierra KF4 to US Force 2 Mike.
Net Control recognizes KF4DUS. Mike.
Says W1VAN with no announcement. Oh, please.
Double.
Come back.
Says W1VAN with a short announcement.
Go ahead.
The Northern Colorado DMR group has set up another DMR repeater over
in, let's see, Greeley, Evans area. Frequency is 145, 325, with a color code too. Enjoy, use it.
Oh, thank you for that information.
India Tango Papa checking in. K0ITP, Chuck to Firestone.
Chuck, could you come back with your call sign a little slower, please?
0ITP, Kilo 0 India Tango Papa.
Roger that. K0ITP. Any additional stations would like to check in, please call now. Okay, hearing none, I will now check each station out. I will read your call suffix. Please respond with your FCC issued call sign. TYU.
KD0 TYU, thanks for taking the net.
UJK.
0 UJK.
LCK.
KD0 LCK, thank you, Michael.
ZIE. AC0 ZIE. JEF.
K0 JEF.
MRY.
KD0 MRY, good evening.
INE.
W9 INE.
ETE.
KA6 ETE.
LSL.
KE0 LSL.
OC.
KE0 OC, stay safe.
PM.
Yeah, 7 p.m.
RY.
In 5 GRY.
YLS.
And 0 YLS. Thanks for taking the net, Mike.
RG.
AE7 RG.
BAM.
And 7 BAM.
DUS.
KF4 DUS.
DAN.
W1VAM.
ITP.
Oh, in the King of Papa, thank you.
I would like to thank each station for checking in and out, and the NCARC for the use of their repeater this evening. All stations with appropriate privileges are invited to check into the statewide ARES HF Net on Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. on a frequency of 3.810 megahertz, and the statewide ARES BHF Net on Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. on the 145.310 megahertz repeater using a tone of 88.5 hertz. For further information about the ARES R3D2, please go to www.coloradoaresr3d2.org. Again, that's www.coloradoaresr3d2.org. This evening there were, 21 check-ins, including myself. And the next scheduled ARES R3D2 Net will be next Thursday evening at 7 p.m. This is Kilo Echo Zero Sierra Oscar Romeo closing the net at, what time do we have here? Well, call it 7:30 p.m. 73 and good night, and we're going to return the repeater to normal amateur radio.